everybody, and welcome to today's video. Now in this video we're talking about the second year of this, or we'll actually go through what would become the first full year. So in 2013 it was the first full year that I did YouTube videos. Now in 2013 was really a big year because I believe I hit 1,000 videos uploaded in 2013, I believe. But 2013, I hadn't really done a lot of different things, I guess. I had just specifically done Beyblade things. Now later in 2013, things changed and became a bit more familiar to what you guys are used to. So, even though it may seem like for me before Beyblade was really a big thing I did on my channel, I did a lot of that in the beginning of 2013. But 2013 is not defined by the beginning. 2013 is defined by the last 2 months. Now, during most of 2013, my parents and myself, we were looking for a new house because the house we were in, we were renting it. So, my parents wanted to buy a house so they could own a house. And one of the main things that I really appreciate that they did for me was that when we were looking for a house, they made an effort to look for a studio. Now, we had found one house that we had really liked in the summer of 2013. Now, this would have been really nice. I had a big downstairs basement area. Now the studio would have actually been bigger than the one that I'm in right now. But let me just say, this studio is great. I love this studio so much. But back in the beginning of the search for the houses, there was one that would have been in the basement. It was a bit longer of a room, and it wasn't necessarily so wide, but there would have been a couple of interesting things. The people who had lived in it, it was like a home theater type thing. They had a projector up on the ceiling and the screen for it to project on, so that was sort of cool, and it was really nice. Now, whatever happened when the house thing fell through, they didn't want to come down on the price or something like that. So we kept looking. We finally come across the house that we're in right now. And originally I didn't want to live in this town at all. But after I got used to it, I was pretty happy living here. Now, my parents went through the whole thing finding a YouTube studio for me to use, and it's really nice, this studio, and this is where what we have now, what you guys know more, began. Because when I was setting up this YouTube studio, it was actually interesting because we got this house in November 6th, 2013. If you guys remember, in December 6th, 2013, I opened the studio for the first time and let you guys see it. So every year on December 6th, we do some celebration type thing where we give out the YouTube channel awards that I do some of the best videos and stuff like that. So what we did when I was setting up the studio, now a lot of things have changed on the wall since then. When I was originally setting it up, it was a similar setup to the studio that I first had, except for there's a closet door there. That's really the only difference compared to that one to this one. So besides the closet door, I was able to pretty much do things pretty similar to how they are in that one. But then I sort of realized that I wasn't really doing much Beyblade stuff. Okay, also one major difference before I get into that, it only had one window instead of two. Okay, so back to that. Before I started getting into all the Beyblade stuff, though, I was starting to not really want to do that anymore. And I went through an interesting phase of it about the same time that I started this channel of what am I going to do next? So I spent a good amount of time talking about cars, actually in the summer of 2013 and all the way into the beginning of 2014. So we'll get into that in the next video. But I spent a lot of time just not really sure what I was going to do. And it was really, really a difficult transition because I'm like, I had a good amount of subscribers. I had a good amount of subscribers. We were going up the list a bit, and not the list, up in subscribers, and then I just switched everything I was doing. I switched from Beyblade to cars, and as you know now, to gaming. So it was an interesting time to sort of like see what am I doing now, what do I want to do. So I did a bunch of stuff with cars, and then that apparently switched to video games. So I've done 3 different major things on this channel, but we'll get more into that stuff later. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Now, I know that I spent a lot of time in this video telling you about this house, and not necessarily about a lot of stuff I did in 2013. Well, that's because that really sort of just overshadows everything else that was getting in the studio in the end of the year. So I just want to thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.